Sarah Rae, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today is going to be a more serious video because it's a very important topic that I really need to share with you guys and very much need to express to you guys. It is about educating yourself on your illness or even your mental health, because things can happen, and if you are not in the conversation when it comes to your health or mental health, if you're not in the know about what is going on or the education of your illness or your mental health, things can go wrong and things can happen. And there's been a story that has been brought to my attention from my mom, and it really upset both me and my mom. And I'm going to share that story with you guys in hopes that we can all learn from this and so that it never happens again. So this is going to be a little bit more of a serious video, and I hope something can come from it. So you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of when I upload, and let's get into this conversation. I don't have quite a structure for this video. Ever since I heard of this story, I was like, oh, I'm going to make a video on this. I kind of know the gist of what I want to get to, like the points, the bullet points, but I don't know the structure of it. So I'm hoping I can just wing it and make it cohesive. So yeah, hopefully this will all work out, right? So let's just begin. And where I want to start first is on the educating yourself part. Why it's important to educate yourself, okay? So educating yourself is very important, because if you're not educated on what's going on with you in your body, or even your mind for that matter, you aren't going to be in the talks of your care, and that is very important. So you know what is going on with you, what they're thinking, what they're wanting to do. That talk, that communication, you can bounce things off of. You know, when you're educated, you know things that are going on in your body. You're able to add things that might bring up more knowledge in that person that can make them say, hey, maybe this could work. So you bounce off ideas off of each other to make an even better care topic, if that makes sense, okay? So when you are not educated and it's only a one-sided care topic, things can go wrong. They could forget things. Things can happen. Unfortunately, it's not your fault. It just falls on deaf ears. So for me, for example, I'm very knowledgeable in I call it my field, in IBD. I've had it since I was 10, so I've researched this constantly, you know, and I'm still researching it to this day, just so I know every little thing about it. And even when I'm in the hospital, whatever they're doing, I want to know every little thing. You're giving me medication? What are you giving me? You are wanting to order something? What are you wanting to order? What kind of tests are you wanting to order? What kind of, blood work are you wanting to order? All of that. I want to know, just in case something isn't okay. Like, what if they're ordering a diet, right, that I can't have? Sometimes that's happened before, where a new doctor comes in that's never had me and they ordered the wrong diet, and sometimes they can order medication that I can't have. A lot of times they don't know this, but I can't have narcotics without breaking out. And it's not that I'm allergic to it. A lot of doctors say that's an allergy, but it's not. I am just more, because I've had it so much, I am kind of of getting a sensitivity to it, all they have to do is give me Benadryl and I am fine, like that. So I have to tell them, like, hey, if you're gonna give me morphine or Dilaudid, I have to have Benadryl with it because I start to itch. This is not an allergy. I have to inform them that because it just goes away with Benadryl. So please don't put it down as an allergy because then I can't take it anymore and I actually really need to take it. It is not an allergy. So I have to inform them that, and they understand it. So it's things like that, right? Knowing your care and being able to not be aggressive, not be passive. You never should be passive when it comes to your health. Your health should be the number one thing in your life, right? But you want to be assertive, which means you want to be upfront in your care and be in between aggressive and passive. You want to be there and present in your care. I think now is the perfect time to talk about the story that is making me want to express how important it is to educate yourself on your illnesses, and that is Brayden Smith's story. You may have heard his name before. He was on Jeopardy, and he was 24 when this story took place. He had ulcerative colitis, which if you don't know what ulcerative colitis is, I will link a video in the description box down below for you to watch, and that will go in depth on what ulcerative colitis is. But as a little short version, it is an autoimmune disease where the body's attacking the large intestine. And there's no cure, there's no real known cause for it. There's a lot of ulcers involved, bleeding, and it's just a real severe type of disease. It can be mild in some cases to very severe. Now, he went into the hospital between December of 2020 to January 2021, and he was malnourished and extremely weak. He needed to undergo colon removal surgery, which they did, and they gave him an ileostomy, which if you don't know what that is, I will also link that video in the description box down below, but short version as well. That is where they take the small intestine and bring it surgically to the abdomen, where they leave a little bit of it out and sew it to the abdomen. And they put a bag over top of it, and that's how you use the bathroom. And he was discharged on January 19th, 2021. I forgot to mention, I do have an article pulled up, and I do have some notes. I did a lot of research on this to give you the best information that I could on this story. Now, he was discharged on January 19th, 2021. 10 days later, he collapsed at his home and he required resuscitation and went to the hospital again, where unfortunately on February 5th, just a week later, he passed away. And that is very tragic, and we're going to talk about why this happened. I want you guys to know that before having surgery, you get an order for after surgery to receive anticoagulants, which are blood thinners. And two really big blood thinners are heparin and Lovenox. They are given to stop blood clots from happening, and here's the exact reason why. I looked it up to make sure you guys got the exact reason for why you are given these medications. So why you're at risk for blood clots in most surgeries, you're at risk for getting blood clots because of your inactivity during and after surgery. The muscle movement is needed to consistently pump blood to your heart. This inactivity causes blood to collect in the lower parts of your body, generally the legs and hip region. So giving Lovenox or heparin thins out your blood and allows it to flow easier to your heart. And to not receive them puts you at risk for blood clot. I'm sure saying that you can guess where I'm going. Brayden Smith went through, and forgive my language, but he went through sheer hell prior to his death. And that's because he had multiple bilateral pulmonary emboli, and that is multiple blockages in his lung arteries caused by blood clot, because he never received any heparin or Lovenox, any anticoagulants like he should have after surgery. So I want to make it known that when it comes to having inflammation in the body, especially when it comes to like having IBD, when you undergo surgery, especially colorectal surgery, you're at a more increased risk for having blood clots. So I don't understand why he didn't get any anticoagulants, because that's why anticoagulant therapy was so necessary. Now, I try not to put my thoughts out into the open. I want you guys to gather your own opinions and thoughts on whatever story or case I'm telling you. But in this case, this truly upsets me, because it's like, I understand if maybe this was like 50 years ago, but this happened in 2021. We shouldn't be having this happen. Why did the doctors fail Brayden in this? Like, this shouldn't have happened, period. And it wasn't just the doctors that failed them, it's also the nurses. And I'm glad that, and why this is being brought up now is because the family is putting out a lawsuit on the doctors and nurses. And I'm happy for that, because it's on both of them, and it is on both of them. Because the nurses should know also that anticoagulants are needed, because they give them out. So they should have stopped the doctor and say, hey, shouldn't we be given anticoagulants to this person? Because they have every right to say that. I've seen nurses do that. So, and even my mom, she's an LPN, she even makes comments like that, putting in her own, saying hey to doctors all the time. So I know nurses do that. Not only have I seen them, I also know they do that. I was, before I was on disability, a CNA. So I've also worked in the healthcare field. I know how it goes. So why did both sides fail him in this? It's upsetting. This isn't the only thing upsetting in this story. So the doctor noted anticoagulants were already ordered, but there was no prior record of it. I also want to say that the parents have stated, now I want to put allegedly out there because this is the family. I don't want to say this is their side. We don't know what exactly happened. We don't know the nurse's side, the doctor's side, anything when it comes to this part. So there is a wound ostomy care, WOC nurse, and that stands for wound ostomy continence nurse, and they deal with all of those three things. So they should come and set the patient up for everything ostomy related. Should tell them all about ostomy life, how to change the bag, how to, order supplies, how to just everything that goes with dealing with an ostomy, that nurse tells you. So just everything you can think of, how to set up a bag, everything, that all goes with the wound ostomy continence nurse. So in the lawsuit, it states that the nursing staff failed to adequately inform and prepare him to life with a stoma, including properly fitting him for equipment or helping him to order supplies. The lack of care resulting in leaking ostomy bags, causing Brayden's waste to get all over his body. A nurse who specializes in ostomy care said in a written testimony that the nursing staff's role was well below the standard of care. they are doing a lawsuit, and it is all about the doctors and nurses not meeting the medical standard of care. And you know, looking at it, I agree. I mean, they didn't give him the shot that is needed to keep him well. Does that make sense? Right? I agree. That is standard of care right there. So it is a disappointing thing that this can happen in the time that we're in now, that something like this, you know, something so small, that is so small, that can do such damage. Something so small could be overlooked in 2021 when this took place. This upsets me so much, but this is where I'm going to tell you guys to try to learn from this incident that happened. Educate yourselves, right? If you have ulcerative colitis, educate all you can on ulcerative colitis, and make sure you are in the conversation of care, whatever they're doing in that hospital, and asking, what are you all getting? And if you are meant to get anything else, make sure you're getting, if you're at surgery, ask them, are you supposed to be getting heparin? And making sure you're getting that. I feel like now we shouldn't have to ask this, you know, but now I feel like we have to. It's sad when we have to start asking questions that I feel like doctors should already know to be giving us. But sadly, that's what's happening. So educate yourselves. And if you are going to have surgery and having an ostomy, or, you'll know a day ahead of time, start looking at life with that, you know? Start asking questions. Talk to your doctor. Be in the conversation. That is my gift to you, right? That is the best thing I could tell you when it comes to educating yourself. Learn all you can about your illness, whether it's physical or mental, and be in the conversation with your doctor. Make sure you are in the know about everything they're giving you, anything they're testing with you, and ask questions. Always ask questions. And always tell them everything, because you never know. Maybe something so opposite of what you're dealing with that you think, that has nothing to do with anything, could actually help. So start the conversation and educate yourselves. You guys, please learn from this story, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope this helps you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe and stay well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.